Okay, the second part of the explanation of how we are using JMC to communicate how students are doing in standards-based grading is just taking a look at everything that we have developed here to indicate how students are doing with those standards. And by the end of the year, hopefully we will have spent time learning all of these skills and practicing them. And so once all the boxes are filled, at the very, very end, one last score will be pulled out for the report card. And we may have updates throughout the year, and just you can always go in here and check to see how things are progressing. But one thing I wanted to stress in this whole process is that if you see a yellow or a red, it's really not meant to cause alarm. It's more to say where the student is at in the process of learning. We would not expect students to have green at the very beginning of the year on all of these things. That would not really fit the purpose of what we're trying to do. So if a student has not met the standard yet, they might be at the very beginning level of how to do that skill in a certain way. As you can see, you could be functioning at a different level depending on what kind of activity we are doing. So in the process of doing all of those things, hopefully by the end we can help that student achieve success and meet that standard in its entirety. One other thing to mention to you is that we are giving lots of feedback along the way. So every time that students in class are working on their SSR, or if we're doing notes, or if we're working on Study Island, that's when the teaching process comes in. They may receive feedback from the teacher through Schoology, verbally, or on papers they're working on, just a multitude of different ways of getting feedback. In terms of Schoology, if you talk to your son or daughter or student and just ask them to show you what they've been doing, that would be one way that they could share with you how it's going and the kind of feedback they are receiving. If that is something that you are willing to do, to sit down with your student and look at Schoology, that would be wonderful. It's one way you can support your student. Just to emphasize, though, it's only a place for feedback. If there's any kind of percentages or numbers or grades like that, it's really not relevant. The only thing that we are focused on is looking at that green, yellow, red model. So if you have any questions on whether or not your student is meeting the standard, or if they're partially there or not meeting, that is the kind of language we're using. And if you have any questions about how to support them or how to help them get to the meets, let me know anytime. Email me, give me a call. But again, hopefully the student will be really clear on what they need to be working on based on the feedback that they're getting in Schoology and in all those other ways. Hopefully that makes sense. I know it's a lot of information and a whole new system, but that is what you should be seeing. And if something's not going right, please forgive us. We are in the beginning stages, so don't be shy to let us know if something's not working, and we'll try to get things fixed and explain to you the best we can. Thank you.